An important part of communication is listening, which is the process of making sense of other spoken messages. This is not to be confused with hearing, which is the physiological dimensions of listening. There are 5 main elements of listening. They are hearing, attending, which is the process of selecting what we hear, understanding, which happens when we make sense of what we hear, responding, which is observable feedback, and remembering. In this presentation, we will be focusing on the responding aspect of listening.
Judgment can be favorable or unfavorable. However, both types give the implication that the judger is somehow qualified to pass judgment on the judgee, which often is not the case. Unfavorable judgment or negative judgment can be purely critical or less critical, which is also known as constructive criticism. Purely critical judgments involve responses that put the judgee down and don't help the situation. Constructive criticism, or less critical judgments, are intended to help the judgee improve in the future. Both types, however, can still cause defensiveness or hard feelings between the judger and the judgee.
Judgment is best received when 2 things occur. The first thing that needs to happen is the judgee needs to request the evaluation of the judger. If the judger evaluates without consent, then this can cause an emotional or defensive response from the judgee. The second thing that needs to happen is the judgment needs to help the judgee and not hinder them. Judgment should not be used negatively, and even if you feel like your negativity will help, it usually doesn't.
This is the correct way of judging. The person being judged, called the judgee, exhibits a certain behavior or expresses a thought. This is seen by the person doing the judging, called the judger. The judgee then asks the judger's opinion on the subject. The judger evaluates the behaviors or thoughts seen and relates them to their knowledge and experience on the subject. The judger expresses their constructive opinion to the judgee. This opinion can be either favorable or unfavorable to the thoughts or behaviors being judged. This message is received by the judgee.
So the following is a demonstration of negative judging in a healthcare setting. Dr. Dre, played by Emily, is an intern in a hospital who must perform a patient consultation under the observation of Dr. Pepper, who's played by Elyse. This video documents the meeting between Dr. Dre, Dr. Pepper, and the patient, who's played by Sarah.
Hello, my name is Dr. Dre, and this is Dr. Pepper. She'll just be sitting in on our appointment. So the nurse has indicated that you have a bit of a fever. Can you tell me a bit more about your symptoms?
Well, I'm just not feeling very well. I'm feeling lightheaded, and nose, my throat is sore, and I'm feeling very tired and achy.
And how long has this been going on for?
I'd say about 2 days.
Well, this doesn't look good. I'll have to run some lab tests. Let me just send off this requisition, and you should proceed to the laboratory immediately so I can get the results as soon as possible. And I'm going to prescribe you ampicillin for now, and I'll contact you with your test results. Okay? And there you go. Get that filled immediately.
Alright, let's go over your evaluation. So basically, everything you did was wrong. None of the steps you took were correct. Did you see the patient? She was very scared. And I'm really disappointed in you and your performance.
I'm sorry, I'll do better next time.
It won't happen again.
In that scenario, we saw that Dr. Pepper was judging the intern negatively, and it was purely critical. Handling the situation in this manner did not give the intern any positive reinforcement or ways to improve, so ultimately they are pointless opinions of her own. In this next video, we're going to demonstrate how the scenario would have played out if Dr. Pepper had implemented the correct steps in judging.
What did you think?
So basically, you shouldn't have prescribed a broad-spectrum antibiotic when the patient exhibited flu-like symptoms. And also, you should try to avoid saying things like, "This doesn't look good," as this can worry the patient. But you did ask the correct questions, and you did the right thing ordering the lab test. So overall, you have potential to do well.
Okay, well, I understand the concerns you've expressed, and I'll work on